Hi, this is Crystal, and welcome to Healing Oracles. Today, I would like to do a follow-up reading to confirm my psychic predictions on Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Most recently, on December 14th, Ben Affleck went on Howard Stern's radio show, and he confessed that the reason why he drinks alcohol is because he was trapped in a marriage with Jennifer Garner. Now, if you have watched all my JLo videos from the beginning, since its inception in January of this year, 2021, I started reading Jennifer Lopez. So before I get into this video, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you can get all the latest celebrity updates as far as psychic readings, twin flame readings, law of attraction videos, and things that are just overall good for your soul. So let's get into this video. Let me tell you, honey, I am super excited. The reason why I'm excited is because you guys get to see my gift. You get to see the validation. You get to see my accuracy and authenticity as a psychic intuitive, as a clairvoyant, as a third generation psychic. And I have this gift that was passed down to me from my family. You get to see how accurate I am when it comes to doing my psychic readings on a public platform because I have done celebrities. Now, I didn't plan on doing celebrity readings, but I first did JLo because I was interested, and even when I was younger, I really vibed with her music. I liked that she came out with nice trendy clothes. She was size inclusive, so she had cute outfits for curvy girls like myself. When I was in high school, I rocked JLo's jumpsuit, honey. Yes, I did. I was wearing velour, okay? So Jenny from the block was my girl. And so I said, I want to read her. It was just for fun. And I could never imagine that my year in review on YouTube, my top video is the reading I did on JLo's Love Life Part 2, which talks about A-Rod and Ben Affleck. And I saved Diddy for another video. And it also talked about Chris Judd. And so that video is my highest video. I didn't plan on being a celebrity psychic reader, but I really enjoy it. It's fun. I actually have an undergraduate degree in communication. So my bachelor's degree is in communication, and I wanted to be a celebrity journalist. So it's interesting how life works. And I know you didn't come here for that. You came here for the tea, honey. Let's get into it. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because I was scrolling online and I saw an article that drew my attention about Ben Affleck having an interview with Howard Stern on his radio podcast show. And he made this statement. He said, I would have still been drinking if I stayed married to Jennifer Garner. Now, if you watched my JLo video, Love Reading Part 2, which I did, I published it on February 5th, but I already did the predictions in January. If you watch that, and I will insert a clip of me doing the video, I said that Ben Affleck drank because he chose the wrong Jennifer. And what I mean by that is Jennifer Lopez is Ben Affleck's twin flame. Some people may like to argue on that, but there are some psychics who are on the same page as me. And some of my followers, in fact, on Instagram have called me a twin flame expert, okay? So I have taken that name. I am a twin flame expert, okay, honey? And I can spot twin flames 1, 2, 3. I don't have to flip cards. I am clairvoyant. I can see things. I can see auras. I can read photographs. I can feel energy. And I know that Ben was the love of her life. And that prediction has come to fruition. Now, I have taken some notes and I'm just going to review this. So in January, I first read J-Lo, and she has an extensive love life. I said she's been married quite a few times. They dubbed her the Puerto Rican Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor was a Hollywood starlet back in the day. Pisces, one of my favorite Hollywood icons. She's a Pisces like me, and I just love Elizabeth Taylor. But Elizabeth Taylor was known for having a lot of husbands. So they dubbed Jennifer Lopez the Puerto Rican Elizabeth Taylor. Because she had a lot of marriages and a lot of partners, I had to split the reading into 2 videos. So I did part 1, I think in January, and I did part 2 in February. So part 2 contained Chris Judd, A-Rod, and Ben Affleck. And in that video, I saved Ben Affleck for the end. And I purposely did that even though she was with him before A-Rod. I did that, now you know, because they're twin flames and I wanted to save that for the end. And I believe that is why the video is so popular, because people root for love. And I mentioned The Notebook. In The Notebook, those characters are twin flames. And supposedly that story is based on real life. And we can look at Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck as the modern day love story. This is why a lot of people are rooting for them. But they do have a lot of criticism. If you look at this clip here with the tabloids, some people are calling it a second chance. They're saying the real story. But there were other tabloids that said they're just doing this for their career. Since when does J-Lo have to do something to boost her career? She's already successful, beautiful, she still looks young, and she's wealthy. And Ben Affleck is pretty prominent and successful in his Hollywood career as well. So they don't have to do this for publicity. They already have publicity. Matter of fact, that was the problem when they were together. They had too much attention, too much paparazzi. And this time, they want to be careful with things. They don't want to put everything on blast. But at the same time, they don't give a fuck. Okay? Excuse my French. But they don't. J-Lo doesn't give a fuck. And Ben Affleck can care less, and he can give 2 royal fucks. They are in love, and they don't care. I did that video in February. And then I predicted in the video that A-Rod and J-Lo were going to call it quits, and they were not going to go through with their engagement. And so I will insert that clip. J-Lo, this is her energy. She's holding on to someone that she has from her past with the 6 of Cups. That is the love of her life, and it ain't A-Rod, okay? I'm going to be grammatically incorrect here. It's not him, okay? This relationship leaves her unsatisfied. Next, I talked about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez and how he is so enamored by her, how he is so deeply in love. And I went through that song, Dear Ben, and J-Lo is so in love with Ben Affleck. She is so engrossed with him. He is her ultimate true love. And this is why she went from partner to partner. And this is why he drank alcohol. And I will play that clip so that you can see my prediction come to fruition. I'm showing you receipts, honey. I'm not just a psychic that talks about it, but I'm about my shit. I'm accurate. And you could read my testimonials. You can get a personal reading with me if you go to my website. I am just ecstatic that my predictions have come to fruition. I can share it with you, and you can get a timeline and see how it works when you go to a psychic and there is a prediction made. And so towards the end of that video, I talk about how they're still in love and how there will be a reunion. I predicted the reunion. Already here, I predicted that J-Lo and A-Rod would split, and that came true. Matter of fact, J-Lo and A-Rod broke up in March. Literally like right a month after I published that video. I kid you not. The reports were everywhere. So I did a follow-up video on that, talking about J-Lo and A-Rod breaking up. I said in that video in January, but I published it in February, that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez were going to reunite. And they did just that. And in April, there was speculation and reports of J-Lo and Ben being seen together. Matter of fact, she was hanging out with him, and he was spotted going to her house. And so I put that accuracy on my Instagram page, and you can see that here. My psychic predictions are accurate. Ben is caught spending hours at Jennifer's house, and Jennifer would be in her Escalade, her SUV Escalade, and Ben Affleck, like I said, was taking his little book bag, spending the night most likely, or staying over but not spending the night at that time, because I said she worries about her children. And then I said old souls always find their way back, and this is accurate. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are old souls. In April, my prediction came to fruition. Reports of J-Lo and Ben reuniting, and I said they were going to reunite. I said this in February. And in May, J-Lo and Ben announced that they're a couple, okay? I don't think they officially announced it just yet, because in July is where J-Lo made it official, but the reports were saying in May that they were together, and there was receipts. 4 months after my first initial reading, the prediction came true that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck would reunite. In February, I predicted that Ben Affleck was an alcoholic because he chose the wrong Jennifer. Because this was a couple who truly loved each other, but there was so much drama surrounding them that it was so stressful with the 9 of Swords. They were all in their heads about this relationship. And it was like, do you choose love or do you choose what looks good? She felt revived in this relationship, like a new beginning with Ben. He is her everything, okay? This next card says overtime, action, effort, exhaustion. They were working overtime to make this relationship work. He loved her too. Don't get it twisted. He still loves her, okay? It's like The Notebook. Like, I still love you after he was gone and came back for a few months. If you saw that movie, okay, he still loves her. That's why he had to go get him another Jennifer, okay? But there's only one Jenny from the block, and that's J-Lo, okay? But when they separated, everything was shattered. It put her into a depression, and him too. This is why this man drinks, okay? He is an alcoholic, but he's not fulfilled. There's a void. He is not with his twin flame, and so he feels empty. This is what happens when you don't choose love, okay? They both separated, went about their business, but if you notice the pattern with J-Lo, she married, she divorced, she gets with someone else. She's trying to fill the void. This month in December 14th, when he was, I think it's around the 14th, but I saw it in the publication online, that Ben Affleck confessed that the reason why he was drinking because he felt trapped in his marriage to Jennifer Garner. And I will insert that clip so you can see my prediction.
we're probably at each other's throats. I'd probably still be drinking. You know, like It was just part of why I started drinking alcohol because I was trapped.
So in a span of 10 months, it took, a lot of my predictions came to fruition when it came to Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. And you could see the beauty in divine timing. It may have taken years for them to come back together, but they did, because true love always finds its way. Now, there are some people who are saying, how can Ben Affleck say that? How could he talk about his ex-wife like that? And his children? He's a narcissist. He's awful. Well, reality check. He's not a narcissist. And how could we cast stones at someone when everyone has skeletons in their own closet? Ben Affleck was a wounded soul who did not choose. I'm getting confirmation from God because the top of my head is tingling. When my crown chakra tingles, it's confirmation. I'm exactly right. Ben Affleck was a wounded soul. He did not choose the love of his life, which was Jennifer Lopez, because she was Puerto Rican, because she was ethnic, because she was exotical, because she came from the Bronx, because she ruined his image, quote unquote, because he was the Hollywood golden boy and she was Jenny from the block. And I said she wore the booty shorts. And he loved her deeply, but he was so scared. He was influenced by outside sources, his family, his friends, and Hollywood, that he got with Jennifer Garner because she was the plain Betty, okay? What I call a karmic. She was plain Jane. She fit the image. She was not Puerto Rican, okay? She was of his ethnic background. And so it was acceptable. But here you have this man suffering in silence. And how do you do that? How do you cope? How does a man cope with emotional problems where in society as a man, you're taught from childhood, from a little boy to man up, that you can't cry, that you can't show any emotions, that you can't be vulnerable, especially him being a Leo, a fire sign. You have to show masculinity at all times. He lost the love of his life, which he felt like, and so he self-medicated and he drank. I understand what he means by that he would have still been drinking if he stayed with Jennifer Garner. It was no hate towards her for saying that, but he was expressing how he feels emotionally, and he has a right to do so because it's truth in what he is speaking. I have predicted this already. I predicted this in February when I said he chose the wrong Jennifer. When you don't follow your heart, when you don't do what you're supposed to do, when you don't feel like you have a way out, some people go to the bottle, or they drink, or they take pills, or they do cocaine. He was one of those people. He loved someone dearly, which was J-Lo, but there was forces behind it that separated. And this is the twin flame dynamic. And so before I end this reading, I thought I would grab my tarot deck and just follow up on the energy between Jennifer and Ben and when it comes to alcohol. Because some people are like, oh, well, you know, if he's an alcoholic, he'll still be an alcoholic. So let's find out. Is he still going to be indulging in alcohol now that he is with the love of his life? That's the question Then I'm going to ask the spirit right now, and I'm going to ask my tarot deck. But I already know the answer. You know your girl already knows the answer. Will Ben Affleck still be addicted to alcohol, a controlled substance, now that he is with his twin flame, which is Jennifer Lopez? Thank you so much, Spirit, for entering our space and answering our questions. If it is your will, it is definitely your way, Spirit. The first card that came out is the Queen of Swords. So J-Lo's already put her foot down. She's not going to tolerate him having these old-time behaviors, these lower-level egotistical behaviors that are tied to the 3D. So with the Queen of Swords, she's laying down the rules, and he's following these rules. As with the Magician, he has the willpower and the determination and the courage to say, no, I'm not going to drink. I'm going to put this down. I'm not tempted. I don't want it. Give me a sparkling water. Okay? That's what he's saying when he goes out. Like, I don't want this. Okay? And with the Death card, we know what the Death card means. It means putting an end to it. Being done. So no. He will not drink anymore because he has who is destined for him, his other half, the woman of his dreams, his queen. I told you, he calls her a queen. So when you choose love, when you reunite with your twin flame, you let go of all those lower level energies because they're no longer needed. He doesn't need to depend on that because he has his heart. He never lost her. Once he found himself, he found her. They found each other. I hope that you enjoyed this update. I hope that you enjoyed these receipts, honey. I'm coming through. What psychic do you know that's coming through with all these receipts, honey? I had a subscriber tell me, you know, you're really, really good. You're my favorite reader. You should get more views. And I said to myself, you know what? She's right. But it's all in divine timing. And even when it first happened, my brother was like, oh, you got to do another video so you could go viral. And I was all hyped up. And my prediction came true and my video did not go viral. And I felt a little down by it. But this story with Ben and Jen helps me to remember divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing. If you have watched my JLo videos, if you have watched my celebrity readings, then you know that I'm accurate as fuck. You know that I'm an exceptional reader. The type of reader that I should have my own TV show. I should be, you know, in news magazines and newspapers and things like that, but it's going to come when it's my time. So just know that you have subscribed to my channel, you have watched my videos, one of these days you are going to see my name plastered on TV and you're going to say, I watched her and she was accurate. As always, thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you have not, make sure that you click the link below. And please feel free to leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Ben Affleck is narcissistic for what he said about his ex-wife? Or do you think there's some truth and logic to what is being said? I'm curious. As always, this is Crystal, Healing Oracles, and I'm sending you love and light. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you enjoy these videos, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button.